Where's my headset?
What?
Volume in the headset a little bit louder. Please.
Welcome to HAFTR, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday night of an absolutely thrilling 2023 Scott Satran Memorial Tournament. And tonight, HAFTR is going to play JHCS. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's a school from Florida.
JCHS, sorry.
You know, it's funny you should mention that because Corey put the graphics in wrong. So I'm going to change that live on the fly as we pull this out here.
See,
what does JCHS stand for? Since we're
Jewish Cultural High School.
Okay, I can get behind that.
It's a new school out in Miami Beach with 9th and 10th graders.
it's for the culturally minded that are Jewish.
You know, they always tell you to go to college somewhere nice. You know, somewhere with good weather. I can get behind going to college in Miami or high school.
I was going to say, I think we're a little past that point, though.
I think I have some eligibility left.
So we are live here at the Hawks Nest, where the HAFTR Hawks take on as you said,
JCHS.
JCHS.
Now, for those who don't have a clue what's going on, it's Saturday night. There's 12 teams in this tournament. We used to have an A tier and a B tier. That's all done. We're done with that. Basically, every team makes the playoffs. So tonight the playoffs start. We're playing here in the Hawks Nest and over at the high school, where Alona is doing double duty tonight. I
will head over there probably around halftime or third quarter for this game.
And basically all 12 teams play tonight. So 6 teams are playing here in 3 games, 7, 8:30, 10 o'clock. And over at the high school, same deal.
Got Frisch, YMC, Hillel, Berman, DRS, and JC.
And, of course, every one of those games is going to be live streamed because we don't mess around over here.
We do not mess around. We have the best live stream team, I think, in the Yeshiva League.
You're not biased, not one.
I would say
Fine.
grander than the Yeshiva League.
Greater than the Yeshiva League?
Yeah, I think in any high school program.
You know, I got to tell you, you know, if we're being serious here, I think it goes kind of beyond that.
Okay.
You know, there's some D3 colleges that don't look this good. It's true.
I would agree with you on that.
I'll get it behind that.
It is absolutely true. You know, great program here, put together by none other than me, I guess. But no, seriously, the students have done an incredible job expanding out these great graphics that we just got for this tournament. We have them over in the high school, so you'll see them on all the games tonight and tomorrow, no matter where you're watching. And you know, the team led by Corey Spitzer and Zach Newmark and Caleb Gassner and all the other kids who didn't show up tonight. Oh, there's one on the camera. Oh, they're here. They're here.
They're here.
Phew. Okay. All right. Just in time. So the over-under on this game, we just checked the FanDuel odds, is 70. And the margin of victory is HAFTR by about 30.
The over-under. Did you say the over-under?
That was about 70.
70, okay.
Yeah, you know, one team will score about 62, and the other one will score about 8.
Right.
Just a quick mention of our sponsors for the tournament. We've got
Run them down.
The Satrans, Annette and Rob, Diane and Ed, our HAFTR PTA, Melody and Marty Scharf, Jenny and Joey Honig, of course, Janine and Cal Nathan, Simi Thal, Jump Shot, NTSY, who Daniel Tamir, who's the director there, spoke to the boys on Friday night, Dave's Pizza, Ad & Co, Traditions Eatery, Holy Schnitzel, Joseph Lichter, DDS. And you'll see some of the commercials for our latter end of the list.
That was very thorough.
Throughout the live stream.
Now, Sam Siri, who is arguably the best player on the Hawks, is not starting this game
So we got,
for very obvious reasons. Bruce, run it down. You used to coach these guys.
Yeah, still do. On every night, every game. So here we go, except for the ones I'm broadcasting. So we got our typical starters of Drucker and Goldschmidt, Parkoff in and out. But we got Hazan and Bausk starting today.
Yeah, so rare start for them. Zwiebel, who usually runs the point, he's on the bench. And who is the other star? Oh, Kevin Levy.
Kevin Levy. Noah Freundlich not starting.
You might not even see those guys in this game, by the way.
That's very true.
And HAFTR, of course, comes in as the 1 seed. So this is the 1-12 game. HAFTR won not only all 3 of their games. I think only 2 teams won all 3 of their games. And HAFTR won all the quarters. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Your head will spin. So HAFTR, not just because it's their tournament, mathematically, HAFTR earned this 1 seed going into the playoffs. Now,
with a win tonight, they jump to the semis.
That's right.
I was just going to get there. That is the voice of Forsox, Jason Meyer. We forgot to introduce you because we forget you all the time. But No, you make a very good point. The number 1 seed going into tomorrow gets a bye.
And the 2, I assume.
Number 1 and
yes.
2, correct.
The 1 and 2 get a bye, so 10 plays down to 5, and then the other 2 teams come back in. And what that means for HAFTR is, we just said their starters are on the bench. Their starters might not even play, so they're going to get a great deal of rest here and not play until the semifinals tomorrow. HAFTR only needs to win 2 games to win this whole deal. But let's not get ahead of ourselves as we're underway here. First quarter action.
Ooh, tough D. Oh, and a quick first foul.
So that's
24, Hazan.
Jonathan Hazan, who's their team's leading scorer.
No, I think he wasn't sure. This
sophomore.
is a basketball game. This is not a football game.
No, you got to watch. They did wipe down the court earlier today, or right before the game, so it is a little slippery.
Great pass in by Max Bausk. Goldschmidt finds Drucker, who puts
Great
in
finish.
a nice.
Peter Drucker
Reverse.
really has gotten so much better over the years at that touch under the basket. But as you can see, he is by far the tallest player, and I think he's about twice as wide as any player on the Cultural High School.
So, quick note about Cultural High School. Their coach played at University of New Hampshire.
Is that
Over
true?
here,
That is
Spencer
true.
Kupferman here.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like their coach is trying to intentionally block your view.
Yeah,
Yes.
listen,
And I got the camera over here.
I'm used to it.
And they're running this great offense. They threw an interior pass. I don't know that working that high post is a great idea, considering that Peter Drucker looks like their center was his lunch this afternoon.
Possible.
Speaking of which, was anybody at the Shabbaton?
I was there last night.
How
You were there
was?
today, Bruce?
Nice steal by James
Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt.
Oh,
Up
nice
and under.
reverse.
That's
That's good.
pretty.
That was nice.
That's pretty as HAFTR goes up 4-0 here in the early going. Back to the Shabbaton, since we're going to need a lot of things to talk about in this game.
So last night was a beautiful, beautiful evening.
Was that here?
No, everything is now at the high school.
Ah, okay.
And like I said, Daniel Tamir spoke to the boys after dinner. Joey gave away some really nice giveaways. As you can see,
today.
most of the HAFTR boys are wearing their new Hawks socks. And 24 goes up with a little floater. No good. He gave away some signed NBA paraphernalia, some hats, all NBA related.
That was double
double
dribble. That was
dribble,
double dribble.
James.
Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunate.
And a member from each team gave a short Dvar Torah.
Today as well. It was quite beautiful. And they actually did mention the Satrans in one of them relating to the parsha. I can't go into it because I'm not a Torah scholar, but it was like real nice. I refuse to go into it. So it's an emergency break over here. 24, Hazan off the mark.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah.
So, what I'm just noticing is we have a Hazan on the court as well. And
2 Hazans. Another nice
invert his
move.
number.
Great
Right.
finish with the left hand by James Goldschmidt.
HAFTR Hazan is 42.
Oh, we're playing
Cultural
math
Hazan
games.
is 24.
We're playing math games. I like it.
I wonder if they're related. I doubt it.
No, we got to time out.
We got a
That's
timeout
basketball
culture.
gematria.
Yes.
Listen, we got to bring it.
By the way, we have
That's Benny's favorite, isn't it?
the gym isn't exactly what I'd call packed. First of all, one of the teams here is from Florida, so obviously they don't have any fans here, and we know that most of the HAFTR fans are watching at home, so they could listen to us. But
That's got to be the reason.
the Levy family is all over the gym. Listen, most of the HAFTR parents who have kids on the team are in the gym right now. But I notice, the Levy family split. We got a little bit in the back row, a little bit in the front row, and we have one of my favorite alumni in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's brother is here. So nice to see the Levies.
They're sprinkling in. We got also team.
Of course, the Bausks
J-
are here.
the
The
JV
Goldschmidts are here.
The
The
Salems,
Parkoffs, the Salems, the
Ness and Jacob.
We got a bunch of kids from the sixth grade basketball teams here.
Freundlichs are here. Is that the Nierenbergs are here? Wow, just shouting them all out.
And we just had
The
some
Goldschmidts.
seniors come in. So for anybody who is hungry, they're going to be selling snacks.
And of course, that's a travel, but I guess we're not
Yep.
calling that.
Reverse two shots.
Well,
By the way, the amount of different color neon on the shoes should be a violation of some kind.
Number 12. That is Jimmy Lassery,
Wait,
number
can
12 in
I want to
cultural.
make a prediction here.
Okay, what's the prediction?
Peter Drucker's going to get a dunk in this game.
Oh,
I'm waiting for it.
interesting.
I want it. I'm like, ooh, and he draws the foul.
You know, he's going to go to the line and shoot 2, and obviously there's not, I mean, listen, this game is not going to be a close game, but if we're going to nitpick a little bit, don't put the ball down there.
Yeah.
Go straight up. You're the biggest
absolutely right.
player on the court by like a mile. Keep the ball in the air, go straight up. That's an and one.
Yeah.
I would like to see a
thank you.
dunk. We've been talking all weekend. There's no dunks. These kids get bigger and taller and stronger every year. Nobody dunks the ball. I mean, like, what's going on?
Peter does.
Oh, that was a nice. That was a pretty foul
Peter
shot.
dunks in warm-ups, which counts as much as me shooting in warm-ups. Not at all. I think the referee was just pointing out those shoes are too bright.
Here, what's happening? The referee called out fouls on number 11. There's no 11 on the court, so we meant 12.
Yeah, the numbers are a little weird font on the back. Peter, great free throw shooter. Sinks them.
Peter actually is a 50%. As you're right. It's really good.
Oh,
Whoopsies.
can't
I got
take
you.
control.
Coming through.
James on the floor. Max Bausk, who was out with the flu last week, came back, had like 3 threes in the game against them on Friday.
You know, when
told me he was
James
gonna put down
when
15
James
today.
hustles, even from the time he was a kid, I mean, when he hustles,
Park off.
he is a
Good hustle.
great defender. Jump ball. Yeah, James has always been a great defender. I actually coached a team with James on it in Joey's league, and we went 10-0. Look at that.
Okay.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know, a million years ago.
A million years ago.
Inbounds.
James was by far the best player in
Ball back and
in that
forth.
class.
We have some of the JV girls from JV basketball and volleyball here.
Going up, not even close.
Let's it go.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah. That reference is very appropriate for this game.
I also like.
Oh,
great
long
pass.
shot. Parkoff goes up and
Puts it
puts in the
in.
nice lefty layup.
Well, he
righty
shot it with
layup
shot
on
with
the
his
left
right
hand.
hand, but yeah.
Righty layup.
Would
left
have liked
side.
to have seen a left-handed finish there.
Listen, it was a finish.
It was a finish.
It was a finish. Out to the corner, goes up,
Not shy at all.
and a
He
great
sinks
shot
it.
by number 12, Jimmy Lassery from Culture. They're the Culture Lions.
We're just going to call him Neon.
Neon. Speaking of Neon, he's not on the court, but
Good defense. And that's there. Hazan breaks up the play.
Kevin Levy has a
I do see I could see it from here. I am the furthest away that I could possibly be in the gym, and
you see
the,
Kevin's shoes on the
and
bench,
Kevin's
right?
shoes just say go.
So Kevin
Green means go.
told me that he has a rotation of 4 sneakers that he uses,
I believe that.
and he does not wear the same shoes twice in a row. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
and
Does he have like a home away split?
I didn't go into that much detail with him, but I did notice that I did not see a pair of shoes
maybe
2
for
games in a row.
Senior season, he'll switch them out lefty to righty.
Oh, maybe, but I don't think so.
Oh,
what a
that was
nice
unbelievable
pass.
by Drucker.
Oh, no finish there.
My gosh, that was
James gets the
beautiful.
ball back. That was a really nice pass and a
That
foul on the floor.
wild.
that was a
Number 40.
phenomenal pass by Peter Drucker.
That was. I don't know.
Shalom Saka, that's his first foul.
You know, if you look what Peter set up on this inbound, and let's be critical because there's not much to talk about in this game. He can't score from there.
No, I mean, he's a basket again. We've been working on that.
Parkoff.
Getting him his better positioning so that he knows
Dumps it to
not to be
Drucker.
so far underneath.
Especially if you're just going to
Back
put
out
your
to
hand up
Barkov.
and expect the ball. See,
Into
he can
Drucker.
score from there.
Ooh,
There it is.
That was really nice ball
Exactly.
movement.
That is. Listen, if a lot of these plays are just going to be, he's going to put his hand up and they're going to toss it to him. You got to be somewhere that when you catch it, you can go up with it.
That's his 6 points for the night.
2 free throws and 2 field goals. Going up.
24 from long.
Wow.
It's good.
For number 20.
All the boys in the neon like to shoot it on this cultural team.
Well, he's a sophomore.
They're pressing.
as is
James
the
trying to
rest.
get through the press.
Oh,
Finds
got to get
Peter.
over the timeline.
Oh, that looked like a little reach, but
Peter,
Parkoff
nice.
fighting for that rebound,
Too hard there.
pushing it down.
You know what
James.
you know what the problem is here. And by the way, I don't think
in the
that
corner.
I don't think
Hazan
that,
with the steal.
I don't think that Levy or Zwiebel or Siri think it's a problem. But if Culture's going to keep hitting these threes, half their starters are going to get in the game.
That's true.
Baus.
Oh,
Into
nice
Peter.
work from Baus.
Oh, what a
Drucker.
beautiful-
Time and
Oh,
time again,
man.
Baus, I think, has the best court vision out there.
That was a nice
He
touch
sees
pass.
it beautifully.
And a good cut by Peter to get open. See, the problem is HAFTR could have whoever on the bench in the game. Having Drucker in the middle is neutralizing this cultural team. That is another three-point air ball. You know, it's funny because the shots that they've missed have been atrocious. 2 of them didn't even hit the backboard.
Timeout.
However, the ones that they're making are good-looking shots, keeping them in the game. You got the 2 threes and the field goal.
So let me tell you about this team. They're mainly sophomores and juniors. This is the first year that this school's been around, and they fielded this team. And tell you what, they've got a lot of potential for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd like to go to school in Miami, so I'm sure other kids.
I hear you.
will. By the way, I heard that there are Jewish populations in Miami.
Yes, there are.
That's what I hear.
And it's growing. The Jewish community down in Florida is growing.
Do you know
and
anybody
spreading.
down there?
I do. I might have some family and friends down there.
Wow.
I go at least once a year, if not more. So
Short little flight.
I drive.
Oh, my God.
I drive.
Why do you punish yourself? Is it because they take the dog?
I take the dogs.
All right.
Yeah, dogs got to come with
I'm
me.
sorry. You said dog.
Yes, I have 2 dogs now.
When did that happen?
Last year, right before Sukkot.
What's the new one?
Chase, he's a Shih Tzu Chihuahua.
Wow.
Looks more like a Shih Tzu.
All right.
So is that a Shih Tzu, Poodle, and Chihuahua?
Yes,
Wow. That's a heck of a mix.
that is a mix. Thank God he looks like the Shih Tzu.
$1:20 left to go in the first period here. After up 14-8.
In a game that's probably closer.
Finds Peter.
Nice play.
Beautiful.
Nice alley-oop.
I was going to say in a game that probably nobody expected to be this close, but let's again remember that HAFTR has 3 starters on the bench. And the starter that's in, one of the other starters, is not even playing his regular position. So.
Correct. Off the mark, Parkoff with the rebound. Finds James. James bringing it up the middle. Bausk on the side, puts up the 3.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Thought he made that.
No booms.
No, but he's usually good at that.
That's
one.
a travel.
And that's why Parkoff dives on the ball.
Parkoff's on it.
and he's
Finds
gonna get
Hazan.
Livo's
Is Hazan going to finish it? Nope, but Peter will.
Was that a pass? Was
Beautiful.
That a pass?
That was
Nice
a
pass by
What do you say?
Hazan.
Isn't that the Yeshiva League alley-oop?
Yeah.
There you go.
That was an actual alley-oop, minus
Was-
the dunk part of it.
That was backboard rattling.
That was a good-looking play. That was
was.
clearly not on purpose. But we'll
You know
pretend
what?
It was awesome.
Peter Drucker stayed with it and finished.
Great
So,
play.
as we've said already, Peter is totally
And it looks like down by 10.
Coach Solomon.
Culture is comfortable holding for 1 from the parking lot.
Peter's holding it. Oh,
Yeah.
boom! Trying
Almost
to
hit
take
that
out
chin.
the
Okay.
Mag and David data analyst. And I believe we're going to commercial now.
You know what? I don't see why not. Let's run the sponsorship reel. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to a little commercial. We'll
At
be
the end of first one, 18-8 after.
Well, I'll put on some music over here.
let's do it. All right, and we are back. Second quarter action here. It's Saturday night, game 1 of 3 from the Hawks Nest. And of course, there's another game going on live right now at the high school featuring Frisch and the school I forgot.
What's
Do you have that?
I have the schedule, but it's in my
No,
pocket.
do you have that
just
up?
checking in right now?
You have that up.
Levy's checking in.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Levy with
As
the
a
bright
series,
shoes. It is
point
Frisch versus Yeshivat Makor Haim from
The
Baltimore.
YMCA.
Yeah. Oh, a nice little. Oh, doesn't
Ooh,
go in.
soft touch. Now, HAFTR has the starters in here. Zwiebel's checked in. Levy's
Oh,
checked in.
foul.
Wow.
No
Nice
foul call.
finish.
That was a nice little finish.
Oh, that's a violation.
And that does not work.
That is a violation.
Oops.
He hit the back of the
That was
backboard.
an oopsie.
All right, so Freundlich has checked in, Zwiebel's checked in, Levy's checked in, Siri's checked in, and Drucker stays in the game. So this is HAFTR's real starting five.
Sort of. Zwiebel doesn't always start. I will say,
Goldschmidt, right, okay, yeah.
it really
so,
depends on who they're playing. There are times Joey will start a bigger five with Parkoff in, or a smaller with Freundlich and Goldschmidt.
We played Megan Abraham.
So it really depends. Freundlich goes up from the corner, and it's good.
From way down, boom.
And it looks like we have a full camera staff now with Penny Schwerd in the corner and Avi
Robbie
Keller
Satran.
on the
that's
top.
going up.
Good. Robbie Satran just entered the arena. The
Okay.
nest, excuse me. The arena's down at the high school.
Nice little
Siri
forward pass to
in the
Sarah.
corner.
We down. No, no.
Freundlich, looks to go, but doesn't.
That
You
was a
notice,
Finds
shot.
Levy.
you notice the pace of this game has increased just a touch. Oh,
think so?
Drucker,
nice dish.
Drucker can't hold on to it.
You know, it's funny. Drucker played a much better first quarter when he didn't have his complement of compadres with him.
Maybe, yeah.
He felt that he had to step up.
And he did.
He did. Dr. Weiner in the building.
Checking in for the shooter, I'm assuming, is Yakov from a little note. He's 14 years old.
He's 14 years old. Wow. Well, he was playing very well the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a. No, he's not in for the shooter. He's in for
Yes.
number 12.
What surprised you guys so far in this tournament?
Number
What
5 is
surprised me?
14 years old.
DRS losing, honestly.
At all?
Yeah.
DRS in that game on Friday. Number 12, I think.
A free throw is good. Drucker to inbound the
Who
ball.
did they play on Friday? Let's see.
Doesn't hit the back of the backboard. That's how you do it, I guess.
DRS on Friday played Ramaz. That was
No,
not.
No,
No.
they
Ramaz,
didn't.
Ramaz doesn't have a win. So
No. Where was? Oh, that was Thursday night. Excuse me. Thursday night. It was Hillel versus DRS.
that is surprising.
Yeah, Hill.
Nah,
Hillel beat them.
Hill's a good team.
Hillel is a good team.
But DRS
And
is DRS.
DRS is DRS, and I was doing the clock next to one of the fathers from DRS, and he even said, he goes, it was not one of their best games. They just did not play up to their
DRS
abilities.
suffered a little bit of a setback with nice shot by Kazan. Suffered a little setback with a
ankle
very bad
injury.
Ankle injury by Shmuka Bernstein.
Shuey Bernstein.
Shuey Bernstein. I spoke to him yesterday before everything happened. He loves being called Shmuka, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for
He
it.
goes, "I love
Siri
it."
goes up high. Nope. Gets his own rebound. Puts it
Good
up.
dribble.
Trying to draw that foul, but can't get it. I gotta say, I love this cough button we have now.
You know, isn't it nice?
Yeah, I got those, I
Puts
got
down
those
to
a few
3.
years ago. We didn't always use them.
Those were the Ari buttons.
Yes.
Those are the Ari buttons. Bell finds Freundlich.
21-7.
It's back.
You know, they let him in. Oh, we got a foul on number 23. Matan Zagori.
If I would have told you that the HAFTR starters would come into the game and their lead would diminish, what would you have said?
No. I don't believe it. But
So we've been outscored 9-3 in this period.
do quarters matter yet? Still?
but I'm
Quarters
just-
don't matter anymore.
Just that they've outplayed the starters.
Freundlich finds Jucker, and he puts it in.
You know, Jay,
Yes.
they might be doing this for the ratings.
So it's
HAFTR increases the lead to
23-17.
6 here, second quarter
13
action.
puts it up. Oh, it's a 2, though.
Wow.
Peter's looking up. Can't believe that he's only up by 4.
Culture says starters? What starters?
Let's start this. So this 19 were the amount of points that HAFTR allowed on Friday. Freundlich puts it up for 3. It's long.
No offside rebound.
These are not good possessions to me. Like, hitting Drucker there is too high on the high post. It was, oh, wow.
Oh, can't finish it. Drucker with the rebound. Levy pushing it up. Looking to the corner. Nothing there. Puts it,
Levy says
a
enough of
little
this.
floater.
I'll do it
do it myself.
Whoa, Siri coming in for the steal. Can't get it. And Culture with another stop as well.
So
Oh, he's open in the
Say it
corner.
again.
Going up. That's short.
short. Sweet bell.
Rebound.
He's going to go. Doesn't find it. Siri goes in and
Easy
finishes
work.
it.
I'll just go ahead and make a layup. right
Easy
here.
work.
Oh, Kevin Levy with the steal on the inbound pass. Takes it himself. No good.
Sweet Bell was wide open on that play. I mean, wide.
Who's that? White 3? Fouls on Freundlich. That's his first.
Okay. Joey Honig not liking that call, not understanding how it's
Putting
a shooting
Hazan
foul.
on the line. So that's their 5th team foul for the Hawks.
About 4 minutes left to the half. And let's see if no, foul shot doesn't fall. If the next one falls, they're already scored more than they did on Friday.
So I just got a text from my son Azariam
Yeah.
after the Yeshiva League alley-oop.
Yeah.
He called it alley
And he
layup.
drops it. Alley layup. That's very cute.
Alley layup.
Alley layup. 3:58.
5-point lead for HAFTR. Drucker. And
Nice
what a
finish.
beautiful finish. And that was with his left hand.
Oh, he's finished 2 with his left hand already.
Peter Drucker is working. He wants to continue to improve.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think with Drucker, it's so much about footwork, positioning.
That's a big man.
And you saw there, I mean, catching the ball in the right spot, making the right first step, change everything.
Yes. And
Jim's filling up, by the way.
Jim is filling up. 7 o'clock is for some people is a little early after
Late
Shabbat, I
arriving
guess.
crowd here at the Nest.
I mean, Shabbat ended quite a while ago.
Blocked.
It's going to stay here.
Levy blocked the shot.
Now, next year from the JV boys, we have Noah Gelb, who's another big man who's working hard. He's not really a
Former hockey
basketball
guy.
player. He was former hockey. This year he decided to make the switch.
Oh, good hands
Made the
by
team.
Siri.
Kevin Levy finds Siri. Oh, can't
That
finish the
was
layup. Zubel with the
very nice
rebound.
block, by the way.
Drucker.
Count it.
And one.
Wow. Soothsayer over here.
And the lead is stretched to 29.
Joey Onyx calling timeout. 30-second timeout.
All right.
So from
Timeout
our-
before the free throw there.
Boys JV, we have, like I said, Noah Gelb, who's a big man who's working hard also. I wouldn't put him on Peter Drucker's level, but put him
Yeah.
in with Peter Drucker next year. That he's a very
You know,
tall
there's,
young man.
there's an old adage, you can't teach size.
No, but you can teach someone tall what to do with it in basketball.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Some people just have 2 left feet.
Sometimes.
And you have Ness Salem, who is coming up next year to the varsity
He
team.
grew a lot. I hadn't seen
did.
him in a while. He got tall.
He did, and he's a good ball player. He's a unselfish ball player as well, from what I've seen.
Like his brother.
From what no,
or
I'm
something
being,
like that.
Well, listen.
4 socks. Not nice.
I
Listen,
didn't
from what
say
I've seen.
anything. No, he's a great passer actually.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that input.
But it will definitely be interesting to watch the varsity
That's a
team next year.
So that last foul was on Jonathan Hazan. That was the second.
And of course, for those who don't know, this varsity team is chock full of juniors.
It is a
It
junior
is,
team.
it's the junior season, as they say. Maybe we'll play the promo video of them at halftime.
We will. Okay, sure.
It's Shock the Nation tour.
So listen, they shocked everybody when they beat Berman on Friday. That was a very well played
Berman's
game.
a very good game. Very good team.
Yeah, I mean, what they did well in that game was get out to an early lead.
Yeah.
And Berman made their moves in the second half, but they just couldn't get close enough. HAFTR had such a big lead that every time Berman got close, HAFTR would put another basket.
Berman led by Epstein and Falk and freshman sensation.
Drucker's at double digits
August.
already.
He's got 18 points.
Make that 19.
19.
Unbelievable.
And
19
extend the
points first
lead
half.
to 10 points now.
Can't see why he won't get into the 20s in the first half.
Oh, nice save.
I have a feeling Joey will give the
Drucker came out.
starters. Joey will give the starters till the second half. Well, this whole quarter.
Wild pass. Kevin Levy recovers it. Siri on top. Looks to take it. Finds Zubel in the corner.
Double
Brings it
team.
back
Get out
out.
of there.
Finds Siri. Back to Zubel. Up to Kevin. Goes up. It's good.
Style shot drop, 3 points, Kevin Levy.
I'd like to see a little more rotation on that shot. That's just me.
You think?
That's just me. I got it.
Oh.
Okay, look
And
out.
there's Mrs. Wernick jumping out of the way.
She knows the ball doesn't bite, right, or explode if it hits
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
It was good reaction time.
To run. Yeah. All she really needed to do is put her hands out and just,
Corner,
catch it.
Freundlich. Up.
That's a good look.
It's good. It's good. Nice shot. No,
I want to play
Freundlich.
that. I want to play that.
Ari
mean-
Freundlich in the stands, very excited.
Whenever he shoots, I want to hear that. No.
Oh. Timeout called by Culture. Coach is not happy.
Wow.
Coach is not happy with that look.
Not at all. In fact, he told him to get on the bench, and one of the other 10 guys on the bench will probably be coming in.
209.
Deep bench here for Culture. Not sure how much better it gets as they move down, but it's deep.
Yeah. You said it.
Unless
Right.
he's hiding some of the better players for the second half.
A school of 85 kids in 9th and 10th grade. I don't know how many more they have.
Yeah, listen, you can't truly expect much here.
But I think they're having a good experience. I hope they're having a good experience.
You know who I see here on Celebrity Row?
Who?
Rabbi Freundlich.
You're pointing.
Rabbi Freundlich is
Oh,
here.
okay.
He's the new rabbi over at Beth Shalom, whose daughter got married this week.
Mazel tov.
And he's cousins to Noah Freundlich.
Okay.
And I believe his son is actually on the YU team.
Okay.
Wow.
We also have Mr. Ari Solomon, executive director, is here.
Very
Dr.
powerful.
sitting-
Are they making executive decisions in the stands over there?
You never know.
Dr. Wiener and
Dr.
Mr.
Weiner.
Solomon.
Yeah.
and-
Dr. Weiner's there.
I think they're trying to schedule a home away tournament, home and away game.
I think I also saw Amir Kornblum come in. So we've got a nice showing from the HAFTR lay leaders, as they say, right?
Right, and also
Oh,
Wild
there goes the
pass.
fire alarm.
Oh,
could you imagine?
thanks. That would be interesting.
Oh,
And,
we're not trying to elongate tonight in any way, shape, or form.
You know, it's all. You know what I like seeing here is also a lot of the younger students that are here and their families.
As we approach the 2-minute warning here in the first half.
Peter Drucker. Oh, at the high post, and
probably
that's a foul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blue 23.
That's 6 fouls. Next one,
That's
they
his
go to
second.
1-1.
That mauling is brought to you by David's Pizza.
With sponsorships this year, we've made capital improvements to our live stream.
Yes. I don't like how HAFTR keeps using this corner here. I mean, they're literally passing into a double team.
Yeah. I don't think Joey likes it either.
It's called the coffin corner.
Oh, James Goldschmidt going in for Jacob Zwiebel. For all of those students who yelled at me that his name is Zwiebel, I had a conversation with him. He likes that I call him Zwiebel. So just like Shmuka Bernstein likes to be called
Right.
Shmuka, Jacob Zwiebel likes to be called Jacob Zwiebel. Bounce past to Drucker.
Count it.
Good. And one.
And like I predicted, Drucker is in the 20s. He's got 21 points in the first half. Unbelievable.
Here comes Abby Kammerman,
Now, I know,
star of the Varsity Girls.
for those who may think,
one of the
oh,
stars.
Joey's running up the score or whatever. I mean, there's not, HAFTR only has four guys on the bench. There's not much they can do here. It's not even like they could sit the 5 on the floor. They don't have another 5.
Right. Oh,
This
short.
is that. And we're gonna
Violation?
Violation.
12.
Blue. Okay.
That seems like an
Now he gets another
absolutely
chance.
ridiculous call.
Yeah, I think it was.
Just unnecessary. Time and a place, Mr. Referee. They got this team doubled up, and he's calling free throw violations on a shot that missed by 100 feet.
Oh, Spike Dweck is now in the gym.
Spike Dweck, legendary coach at Mac and David.
Oh, the best.
And it's long. So he goes from short to long.
As they say,
Oh, and we have a foul on
a Goldschmidt.
James Goldschmidt.
That's a silly foul.
Ball don't lie, by the way, for all those wondering.
So I know we spoke about Kevin Levy maybe switching up his right and left shoe, but it looks like he switched up the laces on his right and left shoes for this pair of sneakers.
Interesting.
He wanted to make sure everyone can find him. If you notice, he has the brightest shoes on the HAFTR team for sure.
Yeah. Although Culture,
Culture
makes him
yes.
look like a pair of white Reeboks from the 80s.
Looks like number 24 on Culture has the
The force.
same shoes.
That was a
Oh,
moving screen almost if he went that way.
Oh.
Turnover, picked on
Turnover.
Sari. Sari
oh,
Whoopsies.
playing a
Oh.
little soccer out there. Oh, we got a foul.
I have never seen a ball kicked so many times on one play in all my years of watching basketball.
no foul. It was a kickball. Or just off his foot,
It was
whichever
off
way
his
you want to
foot.
call it.
No, that ball was kicked about 8 times, and there was no kick ball called. It happens sometimes.
Here we go. Watch Hawks.
1, 2. Oh,
Oh,
that was an interesting call. Okay.
Kicks a bit.
Culture ringing it up. And number 13, who was pulled out before by his coach, Shiloh Kahan, is back in the game. And
It's fouled by either Levy or Drucker. Let's see who they call it on. It is
Levy.
Drucker.
15.
Levy. Wow, okay.
Jacob Zubel getting ready to check in.
Call from the push from behind.
Who's he going in for?
Levy's going to take the
Kevin
knee.
Levy.
He's in foul trouble with 1.
I think it's 2. but
Shane.
Whoopsies.
pass.
Ooh.
Oh, almost pokes
Nice
it out.
push off.
12 puts it out. No good. And it's going the other way.
There's not a soul on Culture who's shy about shooting. I'll tell you that.
Correct.
When you grew up watching Steph Curry, you shoot the ball.
Jacob Zubel finds corner. Jacob Freundlich brings it back up. Goldschmidt on top. Finds Zubel underneath. And
Nice look. Nice.
Oh, Peter Drucker does not put it up and gets
There.
it the second time.
23 points for Drucker.
After up by 20. I have a feeling in the second half we will not see some of our starters back in.
Well, I agree with you, but
Sam Siri
somebody's got to
uses
stay on
the
the floor.
sideline. I said some. Question is which
Sam
starter will be
Siri
in.
perfected-
Nice little
Sam
layup.
Siri perfected that move in about 7th grade. Guys stand there for the charge, and he just steps right around them.
The Euro.
3
stuff.
seconds, 2 and
Up.
1. Joey calling
Bucket.
for no shot.
No good. No bucket.
Not a
No,
bucket.
it's not a bucket.
And it is halftime. Gentlemen, I might be checking out for the evening here, but you might see either Mr. Freundlich or some Robbie Satran.
Well, it'll be a surprise when we come back from halftime, and we will be back. See you soon.
You 3.
Take that. Now. Take that.
Owner with a beautiful.
Here it looks like a regular normal private jet, which it is. This is the Rolls-Royce of jets. It's the fastest private jet in the world. So from here back, it actually looks like a normal private jet. We have a bathroom and everything here. It's amazing. But what you're not seeing is right here. This is the difference from every other jet. This is not about me. It's not about private. This is it. Right here, what you're about to see, this is what's on every jet. Patient's going to be coming here. Everything's here. We're going to have the medics and all the medical staff on board throughout the entire flight. We'll transport them to Florida, and there's no out-of-pocket issue at all. It's just a complete charity way to give back and way to help. So that right there, it's not for me, it's for the family members that are going to be going to Florida with the patient as well. So, yeah.
That's enough.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. The game of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Seconds left in the half. We're starting the third quarter. Just turns out that the Jewish culture coach and I have the same friends.
The same what?
He lived in Dallas for a while, so he knew my. We're talking about my friends,
Ah.
my brother and his like kids club and all that stuff.
A lot of Dallas connections. We're talking about Dallas over here.
Yeah. So flipping over, we're going to be joined. We are joined for this third quarter. Special guest announcer. You have a guitar with you?
I'm sorry?
You have a guitar with you?
I do not have a guitar, and I don't know that I would go so far as to say a special guest. Hello, Jason.
More than a
Robbie
special
Satran
guest.
with us.
The most special guest. Robbie, you play guitar?
I do not play guitar,
We got the.
but you know what? But you know what I do have. You know what I do have. I do have a memory like an elephant, Jason.
Yes.
And
What'd I do this time?
yeah, you did it this time, Jason.
What'd I do?
Well, somebody, and I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody told me that Thursday night you actually made a comment wondering whether or not Robbie Satran knew that the Satran tournament was this weekend.
I might have made that comment. I might have said that.
You didn't think that would come back to bite you, did you, there, Jason?
Listen, everything I say comes back to bite me.
Forget about it. Over the weekend, I had my fun with Ari about the pajama comment. Okay,
Yes,
I said,
yes.
come to my house. I'll help style you. Okay, it's called camouflage joggers. Okay,
Bill, you understand why Ari does what he does for a living. He doesn't have to buy any real clothes.
why is his entire wardrobe Ramaz driven?
Essentially, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, if you think about it, it's a perk of the job, isn't it?
Listen, I cannot. In all seriousness, I cannot tell you how much of my closet are free clothing from shoots.
From shoots. Okay.
No,
well,
just tons.
yeah. Well, so I own my own company, and I'm the guy that actually has to buy all of the haberdashery from my employees. Right. Okay. So it's not like Ari who gets Ramaz to pay for it.
Right.
Yes.
I don't want to interfere too much with this game, by the way. Which
No, it's okay. Nothing can interfere with it.
Except the clock malfunctioning. That's about it.
Although I will tell you, I don't know if Ari will speak to this later, but one of the really nice parts of the tournament, here we go, is that is the Shabbos, obviously the weekend, right?
Yeah, today was beautiful.
Yeah, and last night was really special. We got a chance to speak to the boys, and they got a chance to learn a lot about my brother. And I will tell you that these kids from Culture are really special. They're very sweet, respectful boys. One of them, number 24, I don't know what his name is.
Jonathan
Hazan.
Okay, the kid that was draining threes in the first half?
Yes.
Okay. That kid did something last night that no kid in the history of the Scott Satran tournament did. And by the way, I got to qualify that immediately.
I was about to say there are a couple things I could think of that I won't
Right,
say.
showing up on Joey's front lawn at like 2 in the morning. That boy, number 24, came over to me after I spoke, and he asked if I could relay to him a story about Scott.
No way.
I kid you not.
What story did you tell him?
So, if you knew my brother, he had a wicked sense of humor, and most of them are, quite frankly, not appropriate for kids that age. So I didn't get into specifics with him, although I did tell him, I did speak to him a little bit more about Scott than I let into some of the boys earlier on in the evening, and I told him that if he found me tonight, that I have a video of Scott that obviously on Shabbos I can't show them, but I can show him a video so that he can see, he can see who Scott was, and he can hear him talk, and he can see his reactions to things. Remember Scott died when he was 20, but it was 1987. So the video was kind of rudimentary back then.
Yes, you could say that again.
Right.
Your 8mm.
Right, exactly. So, but we do have some videos and things that, we ran. I don't know if you remember, Jason, years ago when we dedicated the Scott Satran Arena.
I sure do.
Right? Remember Benny put together that wonderful video when we announced the naming of the arena. You got a chance to see a little bit about Scott, so I'm gonna sit with that kid later after the game, console him.
By the way,
anything
you can come up with so that he doesn't have to think about the 32 minutes of basketball.
By the way, that's maybe sooner than later because that's his third foul.
Yeah.
These boys are going to forget about it very quick.
By the
They're
way,
taking a bus to Times Square right after this game.
Is that true?
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
What are they doing?
Oh,
They're
that's
just going to hang out. They're from Florida.
so
They want to go
funny.
see the city.
and I'd like to know who thinks that's a good idea.
Well,
The assistant coach who's
so
taking
Robbie,
them, I
here's the
guess.
good news: their basketball play on the court can't get any worse. So,
Okay.
so it's like,
But that-
what's
wait,
going to happen?
Jason,
they're going to
Jason,
come in tomorrow and lose.
Jason,
Like, what's going to happen?
Jason, that doesn't mean that their night can't get any worse. and if you've been to Times Square lately,
By
you
the
know
way-
that
I mean,
that-
their
by the way,
whole
if two or-
family's
by the way,
night's
if
gonna
two
get
or three
pretty
guys,
bad.
if 2 or 3 guys get arrested, they have a deep bench. No one will notice. This is. It's not like Ramaz, who's got 3 guys on the bench for the tournament.
By the way, so I wasn't no pun intended, but seeing this team was a little bit of a culture shock.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I don't know if anybody used that reference.
That was funny.
no, good,
We
right?
were saving it for you.
Oh yeah, okay, saving it
If
for
that
me.
goes in,
just
no,
so you know that the pun is the purest form of intelligence. In any event, I will say that when I saw these kids at Mincha last night, obviously their youth is shocking, and I turned to Joey and I go, I didn't know we let 5-year-olds in the tournament, you know, and because if you take a look down this bench, there's like three of
13.
Yeah, and
14
I'm
years
assuming
old.
you got the event. These are
14.
only freshmen and sophomores.
There's a 14-year-old here.
Number
Seriously?
13.
It's
The guy right there. That's,
Robbie, the school only has freshmen and sophomores.
Right. No, I know. I
So-
found that out. But
So nobody can really be older than 15.
right. So
It's only January.
By the way, so I will say this: another first for the Satran tournament. I doubt very highly we ever had a 14-year-old play in this tournament.
no, but I have to tell
That's
you.
a good piece of trivia.
Right? We should get his name. For
I
the
mean,
books.
who was like, Jay? Who was like a star that played here? I mean, it'd have to be a freshman.
I mean, even then.
was insane.
Well, no, when I was a freshman, I turned 14. I graduated my freshman year of high school as a 14-year-old. So we could have had a standout freshman who, was 14.
I mean, maybe Waterbury in one of those years, had a kid, but 14, my God. I mean, it may be that a 14-year-old kind of snuck his way in here through one of the teams over the years.
Kind of like Pearl Harbor.
Kind of like what's about to happen tonight in Times Square.
Yes. By the way, a little surprising, I guess. Now,
Second time out.
Peter Drucker, 23 points in the first half. Joey put him on the bench, but the starters are still playing here.
I will say that kid Drucker is impressive. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he made a move in the first half where he switched hands.
We were
we've
watching
been
the game,
working
by
on
the
that
way,
with him.
Robbie. We were
working
watching the game.
Yeah,
so
you could. By the way, right, somebody's watching the game.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It was on-
but that kid switched hands. The other thing I noticed is that there's a kid. I was watching one of the games on live stream on Friday. There's a kid from.
Good plug.
There you go. There's a kid from Berman, number 11. I think it's Falk.
Falk. Yeah, he's the one who broke his finger.
Right, he broke his thumb, right? And
That's the last shot.
Right, hitting a fall away three.
Right.
That kid made a move. It was the first time I could remember, and Jason, please keep this G-rated. It's the first time I can remember rewinding a live stream.
Wow. a live stream.
a live stream.
Not a different, not other videos, just a live stream specifically.
All right, easy. But that kid made a move that I mean was just remarkable. The body control that he had coming underneath Drucker to like sort of like finger roll the ball in was really spectacular.
Of course, you talk about body control right after you tell me to keep it PG rated. Okay.
Okay, but I'm referring to basketball. All right. Easy.
Oh, so was I. I don't know why. Come on. Obviously, we're talking about basketball.
It's a shame that Ari Whitkus will not take the beating he deserves later.
He's coming.
He's coming for stick around
he's
for the
coming.
Ramaz game.
Oh, he'll
at
be
10
here.
o'clock.
Yeah,
He'll be here at 10.
Yeah. I have a very low. Yeah. Oh, right. He's fast asleep now.
You'll be
I'll
10
be-
o'clock.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, no. I barely know that it was.
You
the
already
tournament
have
this
your,
weekend.
By the way,
Good night
I don't
cap
want to.
on.
I don't
So
want
it's
to put
good.
him on blast, but I believe his exact words to me were, "I want to watch a good basketball game." So he's at the high school.
Is that where he is right now?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Well, listen, he's not wrong. But I tell you, HAFTR has a couple of nice. I mean, they're all juniors, right?
All
Yes.
juniors. Yep.
Right. So that's impressive.
Nice pass.
I said, yeah. There you
By
go.
Hazan.
By the
Yeah.
way, if we're giving out, I know tomorrow night after the championship at 5 o'clock, Joey's going to give out MVP awards. I would say that Joey's scouting and drafting of teams along with HAFTR's schedule for this tournament, Joey might deserve the MVP of this
I
tournament.
was about to say.
Am I allowed to say that?
I think. Well, you can once HAFTR is the number 1 seed, has a bye, and plays this team again to get into the finals.
If somehow HAFTR plays this team again tomorrow, something went horribly wrong. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, sports has had a rough go of things going horribly wrong, like unanticipated.
It's been a rough week.
We should take a minute to take a moment of silence on that. But I will say though, what a remarkable recovery that guy's had. Right? Did
Yeah,
you
I
see
mean, listen,
Damar
amazing.
Hamlin.
Yeah,
Amazing.
if anything,
The guy was legitimately like on
Someone was talking about conspiracy for me.
about what?
About the fact that
are you from Cincinnati?
no, that all of a sudden the guy's fine and everybody kept it all quiet. And what happened? I was like, just the person doesn't believe anything that happens anymore.
Oh, well.
So I said, all right.
well, there were
it's
there were
too much.
70,000 people that watched
Watched,
him.
right.
Yeah.
Like, that was scripted, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know, my dad is, who's they're down in Florida right now, and he was live streaming some of the stuff the other night. He was complaining about the live stream, Jason, from the Nassau Coliseum. It was a little guys were having a little rough go with that.
I wasn't there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
it was a little tough. With
yeah, it was
the,
a little tough, but
audio.
but my dad and I still have this thing where we text each other in the middle of football Sunday.
Oh, nice.
My dad's an avid football fan, yeah. So I wasn't watching the Monday night game, but my dad texts me all upset. He doesn't understand why the whole world is shocked. Does anybody remember Dennis Byrd?
Yes.
And so I write back, Dad, it would help if I knew what you were talking about. He goes, Robbie, yeah, turn on Monday Night Football like the rest of the world. I'm like, what?
You know, it's funny. I've had some very weird experiences being out of the country. I was in England when Robin Williams died, and like it almost like wasn't real because you're in this like foreign country in a strange place.
Nice
and you're like,
pass.
Yeah.
oh, that's a gorgeous pass.
Yeah.
Got to finish that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I had the same thing with Monday night. I had to go to Canada for a day. So
Sure, blame Canada.
yeah, well, that's not a travel. That is not a travel.
I was there about a month ago. It is a third world nation. It's fine.
Yeah, no. So I was up in Toronto for like 12 hours, and I landed at like 6:30. All I wanted to do was watch Monday Night Football because there's nothing else to do. I was there. I got to my hotel room. I asked the guy at the front desk. I'm like, "Excuse me, do you guys have Monday Night Football and the TVs in the rooms?" And he said, "Oh, the Premier League." I said, "No, not that football. The other football, the one that we play, the Americans." He didn't know. Anyway, I found it. It's on TSN up in Canada. And I'm lying in my bed and I'm watching this happen. And again, it was like the weirdest thing. Like you're in a foreign country. I know Canada. I know Toronto's not exactly whatever. But like you're just in this strange place and this thing happens and then like the whole world's watching.
Parkoff's third foul.
And of course, the next day I went to the scout that I was there for, and nobody even knew what I was talking about.
Right.
They had no idea what I was talking about.
You want to talk about surreal, right? You know.
It's like, how do you miss
sure.
this?
Let's segue.
No, I wasn't talking to you, Bruce. I was just saying,
thought
like,
that was a segue
no, I
into
can
that.
understand what he's saying. It's like, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
it's just nobody's following along. Yeah, well.
But that was, I mean, what a crazy night. I couldn't turn ESPN off.
So you know that the league announced, I think it was today, that or the only team in the league that voted against their what they decided to do was the Cincinnati Bengals because they're the only ones that can host an AFC championship game.
Yeah.
You know, us is pissed off is all those or upset. I can't say that. Well, the gamblers. How about your fantasy?
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I know. I'm not.
It's only fantasy. It's not. Listen.
I agree with you.
Oh no, but
I
you're
totally
right. You're
agree
right.
with
Right. But my son-in-law, I have two son-in-laws actually right now. Married off my middle daughter about 2 months ago.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Mazel tov there?
Thank you, Jojo Fishman, wonderful boy. He's a big fantasy football guy, and he was explaining to me over the weekend how it really messed up everything because now they have no statistics from
The two
from the Monday
basically
night game.
two quarterbacks that every league has.
Correct.
Like the top two
Right.
quarterbacks in every league. One of them who is on an epic run. He had 5 touchdowns in two games.
Yep.
And then that just goes away. Listen, a friend of mine had placed some bets on the Monday game itself. And all the gambling sites just returned, they
they had
voided.
to do.
Yeah, they voided the bets and they gave you your money back. And I mean, given the situation, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, because of that, I took third place.
I did. Well, at least something good came from it, right?
By the way,
Yeah.
the thing
you won.
The thing I was upset about with the bets.
You won $50.
I know it was only hard fall from Siri. I know it was only it was 5 minutes of a game, but like Cincinnati was going to win that game. Like you just knew the way they came out. They scored a touchdown on 3 passes, like on 3 plays practically, and that's the way I had to kind of bet the whole thing. And then
Although Buffalo wears you down, man. Buffalo wears you down. I'm not saying that I could have. I'm Nostradamus, but
Cincinnati's just been firing on all cylinders, especially offensively. Buffalo has had some. Josh Allen's had some injuries this year, and he's been playing
their
hurt.
their defense hasn't been stout.
This is not to me the Buffalo of last year.
No, and they also lost. What's his name? Who's the linebacker? Not the linebacker, the defensive end kind of linebacker. They lost. Well, the All-Pro guy. He played for the Rams last year and won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Blanking on his name. I'm sure there's somebody on live stream who's listening going, I can't believe these guys are all having a senior moment at the same time.
Oh, nice. Spin, didn't quite get it. Oh, Drucker's limping. Drucker's limping.
Nah, he'll shake it off.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I told you. I'm calling it.
Maybe he should limp more often.
Yeah.
Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Miller.
There you go. Somebody. What'd you do? You Googled it?
No, I asked my 13-year-old son who's sitting in here with me.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, I will say this, guys. Technology is a wonderful thing. And I will tell you that right in the middle of this broadcast, okay, I just got scolded by my mother. Okay? No joke. That my father got a shout out regarding football.
Oh.
But no mention of me that is not nice. And let that be a lesson to all of you who are listening out there.
Always mention
Mothers
that.
are always listening.
That's it, man. And you're never too old, right? To get lambasted by your mother.
Are you going to give the shout out?
I am okay, Mom. I know you're listening. I love you very dearly, and I want you to know that you were both you and your husband. See, I'm not giving Dad a shout out. We're sorely missed this weekend. My parents. This is I think the first tournament
I
in the history.
davened with your father. I told you this earlier today.
Yeah.
During Hanukkah, he laid beautifully every day.
It's a big thing for him. We're back onto my dad, Bruce. This is
That's
not going
right,
to bode
yeah.
well for my mother who's listening.
And please tell her not to rat me out that I didn't shout out to my mom in Florida.
Well, Jason, if you gave your father a shout out, it would be a little weird.
Well-
Yeah. That was Jason. That was Jason Meyer, Mom, if you're listening. So my parents actually didn't make it this year. We had a couple of family issues and some health issues, and so we all thought it would be best if they stayed back this year. But and they were sorely missed. We spoke about them last night, and certainly, Mom, both you and Dad are integral parts of the tournament. The tournament is a tapestry and a fabric of a lot of different people and things, and certainly my parents are a big part of that. And so
Your father
we
reffing
thank
the
them
championship
for
game on Sundays.
we physically removed the whistle from his
been a
mouth.
couple of years.
I'm saying
yeah,
that was
yeah,
one of the great
yeah.
things looking forward to. this
No
tournament.
joke. If we let him, okay, we're talking about my dad again. This is not going to end well. But if we let him, he'd sit center court with a whistle and he'd call the game from right there.
Just from a chair.
if we didn't have to move.
It's like when you umpire home plate from behind second base.
Right, exactly. Right, he's calling balls and strikes from center field.
Right.
So look, but they're obviously a big part of this tournament still, and hopefully, please God, they should be well and healthy, and next year,
Amen.
next year they'll join us. They'll join us again for the 37th, 38th annual Scott Satran HAFTR Invitation.
Not to
Crazy
get
it's been that long, by the
too mopey about this. My son my youngest son made some sort of poem about why today's a present, and he goes, I wonder, now I understand why life is so valuable, because he brought up your brother, because we were at lunch with you today. So.
Wow, that's so sweet. Yeah, this is, now we have, obviously we have 12 teams here. Wow.
Nice.
By the way, that kid, I'm telling you, he's a special boy. Forget about basketball.
Right.
But you know what the truth is that we have, the tournament is, I think we're the oldest tournament in Yeshiva League history, or the longest running. I think we're longer.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, we're longer. I mean, I don't know how long Sarachek's been around, but they weren't around when I was playing. So, I think, and there was the Sakin tournament, of course, from Flatbush. If you guys remember that. And also a young boy who tragically died. But that tournament stopped a long time ago. I think the Satran tournament is really the longest running tournament in Yeshiva League history. So,
And it should be going on for years.
certainly something we're very proud of. It's really nice.
And so part of what these kids were saying, the Vartoras that they were saying today at lunch, it was so moving. I actually kind of got
Bruce alluded to one, but then kind of
Yeah, 'cause
dipped
I
out
don't-
before he had to tell the actual Dvartora.
Because they mentioned about your
Well,
brother. And then you said something to your wife. I think you said, or maybe it was something someone said last night. He goes, the guy basically embodied or said something like what Scott would say.
Yes.
that-
Yes. I said that. I said that's something that Scott would have done.
Right.
Well, oh no, it was so there was a young boy sitting at one of the tables, and my kids wanted to see what the sweatshirt looked like.
Right.
So there was a kid wearing one. So I pointed him out. I asked him to come over here, and he was like, like a deer in headlights. He's like, "What? Did I do something wrong?" And I'm like, "No, he can't hear me." So I'm motioning him, "Come here." I go, he comes over and he goes, what? I go, we just want to see what the sweatshirt looks like. It's not you, it's the sweatshirt. And the kid looks at me and he suddenly gains his moxie and he goes, no, it is me. It's me, right? and I looked at the kid and I go, I like this kid. And then I turned to my wife Annette and I go, that's something my brother would have said.
That's so
you know, he's a sweet little kid. Yeah, from I want to say from Hillel. You know, look,
cool.
yeah. You know what? All the boys, they do a great job. I mean, you know, they don't really. It's hard to relate a boy who died 37 years ago to these
Right.
kids today. I mean, forget about the idea we're living in two different worlds, but you know what? They learn a little bit about him, and they give wonderful Dvar Torahs, and they're very respectful. And one of the really nice things that I love every year is seeing the respect that they give to my parents. You know, it's so nice to see these strange boys come over and you know, and say, you know, that they're happy to be here and they're happy to remember, you know, their son and my brother. And
That's so nice.
Robbie,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw Hazan just drained another 3.
yeah, he did.
That's
He
your
did.
guy.
Half court.
He did. I think that's all Scott, by the way. Scott is channeling through that kid right now for sure.
Sure.
Although is he what, a sophomore?
He can't be older.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we know he's not a junior, but not for
Well,
nothing.
he's a sophomore. He's leading the league.
He's leading. Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah. So let me say something. Two
leading
years
his team.
2 years from now, these kids are going to look a lot different.
I agree with you, and I told the coach that.
You know. And I will tell you this also, guys. So I spent some time with this team over Shabbos, and they were proud of themselves that their margin of defeat was declining.
That's great.
Right?
Like improve every game.
Little victories.
He goes, yeah, look, you know, we didn't get blown. We only got blown up by 20, not 30. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, we're heading in the right
It's a
direction,
perspective.
right?
I mean,
you
you gotta find something. I mean, it's not like they're going to win a lot of games here.
Yeah. Although they are heading to a 30-point defeat here this evening.
Yes. And we said this earlier before you came on. I mean, HAFTR only has 4 players on the bench. There's not much Joey can do, you know, in terms of
I mean, other than just have them, you know, work the ball. But, you know,
which they're sort of doing here.
yeah. I have to tell you, I'm super impressed with this 32, this kid Drucker.
Drucker.
Yeah.
He's come a very long way. I mean, he's always been big, but he's gotten bigger. You know, just in comparison to the competition. And
The knock has always been that he's been soft, but he's not so soft. He's pretty strong, but he needs to get some more fire in his eye.
yeah,
Fire
but
in
you know,
his
with
belly.
him, it's always been finishing at the basket and footwork.
Well, he.
and
I mean, I
he's
mean,
gotten much better
yeah. I mean, Joey said he's the most improved kid on this team.
by far.
Yeah.
By
Very,
far.
very nice. And you know what? And if that kid works on his game over the summer, watch out. You know.
In fact, I'm friends with all the other fathers, so I'm not going to mention any names because I will definitely get in trouble for it. But there are other kids on the team who you know,
There we go.
who perhaps were better players younger. You know, miles ahead of the competition, who haven't improved nearly as much as.
I think I'm going to try to cut you off right here before you get yourself into trouble, Jason.
Oh, that's it. There will be no names mentioned.
I don't, you know what? With like 5 people on the team,
Right.
you're the odds of you getting in trouble are increasing by the second.
And the fact that I have all the phone numbers in my phone.
Listen, what you should have learned, okay, from Thursday night is that people repeat the things that you say, Jason.
You know, it's funny. It's like I feel like we're talking to ourselves. We're just having a conversation, and then it's like, oh wait, no, we stream this.
Yeah. Ari
Whoops.
Whitkus just said I was wearing pajamas, and Jason Aaron just asked if I knew that it was this weekend of the Satran tournament. By the way, which was preceded only by Ari saying something to the effect of, "Oh, so nice to see Rob Satran at a HAFTR game
Yeah,
this
right.
year."
Now, have you been to another HAFTR game this year?
Okay, I didn't say he was wrong. I just said it wasn't necessary. Okay, that was what I was implying. But listen, I'll tell you. I mean, as a lot of people who know me in the neighborhood, I'm a relatively speaking busy guy, and I don't spend a lot of time in the 5 towns because of my job and what I do.
That
But-
makes 2 of us, by the way.
But by the way, look who I'm talking to. Right, this guy's in a different city every night. So unfortunately for me, I don't get a chance every year to come down to a lot of games. And I will say this, you know, the Satran tournament has an unintended consequence of always keeping me connected to HAFTR. You know, I went to school here. My brother went to school here. My kids went to school here. God willing, maybe one day my grandchildren
It might not be too far down the road. You keep marrying them off.
Well, I will say this, Jason. We are expecting our first grandchild.
There you go.
The middle.
Thank
Thank you. The middle
There
of,
it is, the
middle of
alley way up.
February.
To the unsuspecting James Goldschmidt. By the way.
There we go. Right as I say that I'm about to have my first grandchild. And I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, look, there's no way that guy, he's too young.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
The guy with the great hair.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But no, we're just very fortunate, and I do love coming down to the games because it does give me a chance to reconnect with the school. I'm a big fan of.
You know what else it does?
everything.
As someone who's got kids in here in the lower middle school, the people who turned out yesterday to watch the game, skip the missed school. It was amazing.
Always. Friday is always a fun day.
It's a great day, and look at if you look at it, you're seeing out there the younger kids. I don't know if you've seen all
Right.
three of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that it's the HAFTRs of what it does for the school.
It is. It's something that not only is my family proud of, but the HAFTR family is super proud of this. This is a big deal.
Yeah, we talk about how many views these games get, and they do get a lot of views, especially during the tournament. But yesterday, Bruce, and I know you were at the high school for a lot of yesterday, but nice move. Oh, one-handed. Okay, well, it was still a nice move. No, the sheer amount of kids that came through this gym yesterday from 10:30 until about 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock when the school let out. It was the gym was packed, and we said for the younger kids, it's like these are NBA players to them. To see these guys play.
Right.
Just my humble, honest opinion is that our game should have been played here.
Oh, that's certainly one of them.
Right.
What as opposed to what? Meaning
So this was the first time Ari and I were talking about this earlier when we were doing our pregame notes. This is the first tournament that we can, since we've been doing it, that this is HAFTR's first game in this gym. So, of course, the first game that HAFTR played was at Nassau Coliseum, which is obviously not here.
Right.
And they played 2 games yesterday at the high school. It was a little bit of a scheduling snafu. They want to play at least one game at the high school on Friday.
I thought that Joey did that purposely because he wanted to play it on the smaller court.
That's hardly smaller.
3 feet.
I think usually they do it because they want the
Yes,
kids.
They want the
high school kids to come to the game.
But it was a study day.
There was no
on
school.
Friday. There was no school.
There was no school yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
So it was a little
But
bit of a...
that wasn't on the HAFTR calendar, so Joey might not have known.
But not.
And by the way, not that Joey couldn't have changed the game when he figured it out, but that's okay.
Well, listen. The truth is that Berman
By the
team
way,
has a lot of good athletes.
They're great. 31 points for Drucker on that one right there. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That Berman team is fast. And
fast.
so at least the smaller gym can slow them down a little bit.
Well, and of course, for those who are watching and following along, there are no more games in the junior nest, which is the gym right behind us, the super small court.
Yeah, well,
that's only going to be used for 2 consolation games tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I mean, everything else is being played here and at the high school because that gym, and we saw some games yesterday, and there was a phenomenal game between North Shore and Frisch, yes.
Yeah,
closed the day yesterday.
The overtime game.
I mean, just a phenomenal game, but playing in there, and I got to see some of that game. Oh, it's a nice move. Got to finish these, Peter.
Yeah.
Playing in that gym, not that it matters. Playing in that gym changes the game. It just becomes a completely different game. Any team that's defensively minded, you could trap like crazy. It makes the other team throw the ball away.
Yeah.
You can't reach for a ball over the stands because literally there's like a wall, a foot from the stands. You can't run too hard at one of the baskets because you'll get crunched by a stage. It's just not a great gym to play varsity basketball in. It's just too small for varsity basketball. Listen, the lower level, you're talking about an 8th grade game or 7th grade game, whatever. I mean, the speed and the strength and the size, it's just different. As Robbie's hero hits another free throw.
Yeah.
But
21st point.
it's he has 21 points
And 4 fouls, yeah.
Wow. Could we ask that he be given an extra foul so he could stay in the game?
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, just trying to make a listen. I'm not like Benny Gross. I'm not going to suggest that we put alligators on the court or polar bears in the hockey rinks.
Look what I found.
Oh, that one he hits. That is crazy. I did not see Benny Gross walking towards you. I swear I did not see him, and then he walked right by right after I said. It's like he's got
that Beetlejuice.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, look at there's Benny. Wow, I haven't seen him in a while.
By the way, I told people during the year, I say there's a bounty on a piece of his beard. If someone bring me a piece of his beard, I got to.
Benny, we were just talking about you, about your ideas about alligators and polar bears on the court and ice during games. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he aware that the terrorist look was like so 2010?
I could ask him. Benny, Robbie Sharf would like to know if you were aware that
Robbie Sharf?
Robbie Satran would
Wow. First,
Hold on, man,
first
come
I
here,
didn't know. First I didn't know if the Satran tournament was this weekend.
Hold on.
And now I get Robbie Sharf.
It could have been a
my
worse
God,
guy. I mean,
jeez.
we love Robbie Sharf around here.
By the way, I like Robbie Sharf too, but
That's all
please.
I'm saying. It could have been worse,
Please.
you know. But anyway, Robbie Satran
Ouch.
would like to know if you're aware that the terrorist look went out in 2010. I'm just repeating, you know.
It's really more of a beard reference, as a beard guy myself.
That's not a beard.
Listen, we do
That's a beard,
we do
right.
thank Benny for everything he did to get this tournament running this weekend,
Yes.
and for not abandoning us for Las Vegas and CES. So thank you for staying around.
Is CES this weekend?
CES is this week. It was this past week and this weekend.
I'm surprised you're not. The Satran tournament, right?
Yeah, you know, I stopped going to CES. The internet, it's you get all the information there.
Yeah, I got it.
NAB is a show,
And yet it's still the biggest show in Vegas, right?
It is by far, by the way.
Yep.
There isn't really even a close second.
I love the NAB. That was a great show.
So NAB I still go to. NAB to me is more of a networking show. It's not about like the products per se, whereas CES, which is all about the products, you just get all the information on the end. And these shows, even NAB, the shows are too big. Like you miss stuff that's there.
Right.
So you're much better off almost like following along online with the journalists.
Yep.
Twitter, it's an amazing thing. Exactly.
All the news that's fit to print,
Yeah.
or depending upon your political affiliation.
By the way, the question is, has it gotten better or worse over the last couple months?
What's that, Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay out of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
stay out of that because then you start to say things that get you into trouble.
Yeah, about certain car manufacturers.
Among other things. So this team from Florida. Do we know how Joey found them?
What he did is he Googled worst yeshiva high school basketball program.
He Googled sacrificial lamb, and then that's what he came up with.
He Googled how can HAFTR go undefeated.
With juniors.
I mean, if you think about it,
With
like
all
this,
juniors.
you can actually legitimately pass this off, right? As a, as that this is their school, this is what they have.
Like I said, if anyone
told me.
If anyone's getting an MVP tomorrow night, it's
Joey
Joey.
Honig.
Joey said that when he's talked to him, he goes, "This team is amazing."
I always wondered, like,
They said they're going to win the tournament.
I always wondered two things. I always wondered, one, do other teams do this at their tournaments? Okay, and then the second thing I wonder is, do these coaches just all like shake their heads and be like, yeah, of course this is what he does, and there's nothing we can do about it, so we just have to fight our way through it.
Someone has called me after Shabbos and said,
I mean,
nice seating.
Right.
Joey. Nice move by Zui Bells. He's going to go to the line. Joey pretends like he doesn't listen to these live streams. I know he goes back and he does, and he's never like questioned our questioning of him. So it's got to tell you something.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like Mag and David, like the coach from Mag and David. What's his name? Dweck? Ike Dweck?
Spike.
Yeah, Spike.
Yeah, Spike. Okay. Like, does he just be like? Is he just disgusted at this point? Like,
Well, listen, his
look-
team gets to play the same
By the way,
team.
Yeah,
Mag and Magic yesterday afternoon here in the Nest.
Mag and what?
Mag and Magic. They came there 7-point deficit, tied it at the buzzer.
Oh, and North Shore. Not North Shore. Was it Fresh? It was Fresh.
It was fresh.
It was Fresh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Mag and Magic.
That was a phenomenal game, by the way.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard it was a great game.
And by the way, it was filled with HAFTR kids, and all the kids that were there, they all want to go to Mag and David. No joking.
Mag and David's won this tournament, what, like 4 years in a row?
3 in a row.
3 in a row?
Right.
Right.
By the way, you could probably hand that trophy out again. Really.
One could argue that a master stroke of seeding would have been to not invite them at all.
And you know what?
You can't
They had
do
a
that.
very hard
As much-
schedule, and they still ended up with the number 2 seed in this tournament.
Who? At Mag and David?
Maggie David.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Mavs.
playing next.
Something happens to that school when they come to this tournament.
It starts in 6th grade with those kids.
With those kids, yeah.
No, they also play AAU together in the summer.
I mean, it's the
a
things that
program.
only happen when you play a lot, like ball movement.
They play a lot more pickup than we do.
Yeah, the shooting is always phenomenal. The defense is good, and the ball movement is just.
Not only that, they start like in 5th grade in a program.
But that's
They're in
the only way to
program.
have that kind of
Consistency.
connection.
Right, and families love to go play there.
By the way, I did say the over/under in this game would be 70. I
covered by itself.
Yeah, I didn't know that was one team's score.
Yeah, this was a rough night.
All right, Jay, with 20 seconds left, Peter Drucker, player of the game.
But I got to tell you,
Yes,
I
think so.
I
Jason.
think so. All
Yeah.
right, we'll bring him in.
Peter Drucker,
these are great. These are great kids. Anyway, guys, thanks for having me tonight.
Robbie.
You guys, listen. You guys are a wonderful part of this tournament.
Thank you.
I mean that, and I get a kick out of listening to all of you, and
Thank you.
for all the hard work you do. Even Witkus, okay.
He's
all right. He'll face the music later.
Rob, please give your mom another shout out, please.
And to my mother, I love you, Mom. Here's the shout out, and God bless Mom, Dad. Stay healthy, guys. From the bottom of my family's heart, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
all right.
Robbie.
All right, guys.
Satran, not Sharp.
Robbie Satran.
Exactly.
Not Sharp.
All right, we're going to bring in the player of the game, Peter Drucker, at 23 points in the first half. Added on a couple in the second. Jason, how many did he have total?
He had 30.
What do we need? We give it to Bruce.
Peter Drucker had 35.
How did he? When did he score 12 points in the
want to
second
see
half?
it? You should see his the shot chart. It is all red around the rim.
Yeah, that's the Shaquille O'Neal shooting percentage.
Exactly. Put your headphones on there, Mr. Drucker.
Yes, sir.
Peter,
see.
congratulations on
Peter Drucker.
a great win.
Thank you.
But more importantly, your first half was one for the ages. You know, how many points do you think you had in the first half? I'm sure you
He
know.
knows.
I
knows.
think like 20, 23.
20. Wow, what a good guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, you had 23 points in the first half. You finished with 35, which is weird because I didn't even know you played that much in the second half.
Yeah, I think they subbed me out. I think like mid-third.
I mean, I want to ask you some basketball questions,
Sure.
like, oh, how'd you win the game tonight? But I think we all, know. But tell us something intelligent. Go
This
ahead.
is where all your shots were.
Nice.
All his shots were inside the paint, under the rim.
Yeah, Bruce's app is insane.
That's great. And
Peter, we said some great things about you. We also, we critiqued a little bit, but some
Yeah.
your footwork tonight, your left-hand finishes. I mean,
I've been working on that.
yeah, I mean, you look great tonight. What are you looking forward to the rest of the tournament? Let's look ahead because really, let's not look behind too much.
I mean,
this
yeah.
game.
Peter,
We just have to do. We have to get boards. We have to get a lot of rebounds. We're not boxing out correctly. I was showing everyone, like including the point guards, how to box out. Five people under the basket at all times. I mean, our defense has to step up, but we gotta get going on that DRS tomorrow. So
yeah, so you've
And-
taken a lot of the points. You've been getting a lot of the dishes, so maybe.
yeah, I've been getting good passes from Zweibel, James, everyone at least, like Kevin.
And you are aware that you guys have a bye now.
Yeah, we do.
So the next game you play will be the semifinals of this tournament.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So congratulations
Thank
on
you so
that.
much. Thank you so much.
And congratulations being player of the game. Ari's not here, so you don't get any prizes,
Yeah.
but you'll have to do it again.
Thank you.
You get
Yeah,
a whole lot of nothing.
yeah, I'll show out.
So
Thank you.
congratulations, Peter. Congratulations, HAFTR. A huge win tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
71-36. You more than doubled them up. No, you didn't. You almost doubled them up. And
Right.
we'll be back in just a few minutes.